as per the most recent long-haul conjecture, AMP cost will hit $0.01 by the center of 2024 and afterward $0.03 by the center of 2025. AMP will ascend to $0.05 inside the extended period of 2027, $0.07 in 2029 and $0.1 in 2032. AMP value forecast 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $NFE6. Today, AMP exchanged at $3, so the cost expanded by 184% from the outset of the year. The anticipated AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.41 and the year-to-year change plus 1.2%. The ascent from today to year-end plus 288%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.294 per 1 AMP. In the main portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.648. In the final part, the cost would add dollars renewals and close the year at $0.678, which is plus 556% to the ongoing cost. AMP expectation 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a huge increment. AMP cost would move from $678 to $515, which is up 123%. AMP will begin 2026 at $678, then dip to $661 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $3. That implies plus 607% from today. AMP forecast 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.185 to $1.2885, which is plus 90%. AMP will begin 2031 at $1.2515, then take off to $1.701 inside the principal half of the year, and finish 2031 at $1.1897. It is about plus 736% from today. It's a 31524. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $6. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.07, so the cost expanded by 193% from the outset of the year. The determined AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.05 and the year-to-year change plus 738%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 186%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.16 per 1 AMP. In the primary portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.40. In the last part, the cost would add $0.27 and close the year at $437, which is plus 310% to the ongoing cost. AMP forecast 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring an increment. AMP cost would move from $437 to $778, which is up 78%. AMP will begin 2026 at $437, then dip to $376 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $445. That implies plus 280% from today. AMP expectation 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $778 to $108, which is plus 30%. AMP will begin 2031 at $778, then, at that point, take off to $828 inside the main portion of the year, and finish 2031 at $837. It is about plus 685% from today. 3-1-2-4. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $6. Today, AMP exchanged at $5, so the cost expanded by 36% from the very outset of the year. The Guaj AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $143 and the year-to-year change plus 293%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 188%. In 2024, we hope to see $101 per 1 AMP. In the main portion of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $192. In the last part, the cost would add $13 and close the year at $225, which is plus 313% to the ongoing cost. AMP expectation 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring an increment. AMP cost would move from $225 to $366, which is up 79%. AMP will begin 2026 at $275, then, at that point, dip to $177 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $1. That implies plus 283% from today. AMP expectation 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.366 to $0.473, which is plus 29%. AMP will begin 2031 at $0.366. Then, at that point, take off to $389 inside the primary portion of the year and finish 2031 at $393. It is about plus 692% from today. Z215204. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.38, so the cost expanded by 4% from the very start of the year. The estimated AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.128 and the year-to-year change plus 252%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 240%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.081 per 1 AMP. In the principal half of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.134. In the final part, the cost would lose $0.3 and close the year at $0.131, which is plus 248% to the ongoing cost. AMP expectation 2026-2030. These 5 years would bring a huge increment. AMP cost would move from $0.131 to $209, which is up 121%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.131. Then, at that point, take off to $0.145 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.159. That implies plus 322% from today. AMP forecast 2031-2035. In this period, the AMP cost would ascend from $0.29 to $0.448, which is plus 55%. AMP will begin 2031 at $0.29. Then, at that point, take off to $0.311 inside the main portion of the year and finish 2031 at $333. It is about plus 783% from today. Z215204. AMP value expectation 2024-2025. AMP cost began in 2024 at $0.36. Today, AMP exchanged at $0.34, so the cost diminished by 6% from the very outset of the year. The determined AMP cost toward the finish of 2024 is $0.113 and the year-to-year change plus 210%. The ascent from today to year-end, plus 230%. In 2024, we hope to see $0.972 per 1 AMP. In the principal half of 2025, the AMP cost will move to $0.118. In the last part, the cost would lose $0.3 and close the year at $0.115, which is plus 236% to the ongoing cost. These 5 years would bring a critical increment. AMP cost would move from $0.115 to $2.55, which is up 122%. AMP will begin 2026 at $0.115, then take off to $0.127 inside the initial half year of the year and finish 2026 at $0.139.